not really known for being a cruiser person, but I tell you what, I could be persuaded to buy one of these machines. I've spent a lot of time this morning on the Commander, and I have spent a lot of time this afternoon on the LT with a pillion, really trying to find out the good or bad things about this bike. And so far there's nothing bad to tell you. I mean, it's what a machine. Let me tell you a little bit about this machine. It's a new machine. It's based on the Thunderbird really, but it's a Commander, and it really is totally different. It's just what a machine. It's the screen, which I'm getting older now, so I like my comfort. I like a little bit of protection. So I mean, I do love a screen, but sometimes they're awkward to wash behind and change the look of a bike. But this is easy. Look, off it comes, dead simple, quick release. Wash the bike, change the look. Put it back on again. We've got some little spotlights on there for riding, which is superb. Decent headlight, decent front mudguard covering the decent front tyre. It's a new size front tyre really, and it's the first white wall radial tyre. So this bike has got the best tyres. We go back on to the frame really. The frame on this bike is totally new as well. That head angle is 2 degrees steeper, which you notice while you're riding. You just actually have to lean it over and it tips in like itself, a bit like a sports bike does, not a cruiser. I mean, it looks like Triumph really have rewritten the rule book in the cruiser world with this machine, because everything that I've heard people talk about and want is in this bike. Also the frame is another 30mm lower here, and the reason for that really is a lot of cruisers have thin seats to keep the height, the ride height low, but there's a 700mm ride height on this machine, and the frame I say is 30mm lower, but they've built that up now with 90mm of foam, so you really can sit in this machine for as long as you want. And this little special bit in the back, Triumph put a lot of work into this seat. This is a little lumbar support at the back here, so you get down in, it holds you in that proper riding position, so you can do as many miles as you want. The engine is the largest production parallel twin engine in the world. It's the torque, you know, and Triumph have a tradition, a heritage of parallel twins, and they put all that work experience into this bike. So it's a bike that you can tick over on, idle, crack it goes. It's just unbelievable. Even the exhaust in this bike, there's a little valve in the exhaust of this bike to make it sound nice even when it's idling. So it's just sitting outside the cafe, it just ticks away quite beautiful, you know. Again, there's footboards for the pillion, so they've got a decent seat. You can move, not just a peg, so you can move your foot back or forward. Again, footboards for the rider as well. You can get on a good, decent rear brake pedal. And the good thing about this bike, there's ABS and it's standard, so a lot of us are always very careful, just touch the rear brake, but this rear brake you can stand on it as hard as you like because it's ABS, you can't lock up. Put the front brake on first, of course, like you're supposed to. Again, grab that as hard as you like, and it's just, I mean, look at the size of those discs. This bike, it just stops. Just pull the brakes, it stops. And as for the panniers, I mean, they're superb leather panniers, but they're not quick release. But they don't need to be quick release. They're quick open, no problem. And liners come in them, which we're always, you know, everyone wants pannier liners, so they come standard in this bike. So put your clothes in and off into the hotel. And the passenger, the sissy bar is a must for any pillion on a bike to feel comfortable with, and also for safety. So I don't think there's no reason in the world, you know, you can't go long miles in this machine and be comfortable and basically do what you want. So you can cruise the highways, nip around the town, or like I'm doing here in Mallorca, I'm just having fun.